Cincinnati. Coming up, we've got a good matchup on tap between the Philadelphia Eagles and the Cincinnati Bengals. This fielded at the 2. Under center during Philly's last 2 playoff runs, so health will be a key for Wentz in 2019, no doubt.
And I like what you just said. First quarter, can you do it all game long? They catch it, you tackle them, they go down on the spot. Because when you're first downs, and you tend to stall them out when you do that.
Wentz off the fake handoff to Howard. Ertz has it left. The first down completion.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch.
Throwing on first is Wentz. Got a man, it's the rookie.
Can be tough on him because of the ability of getting into it. Sometimes you're squaring it off, sometimes you're just rounding it, sometimes there's a fake, sometimes there's not. That makes it very, very difficult for a DB to stay with it. Or stick something to him between the second and the third level.
Now Wentz on third down. Flush to his right. Looking for
points on the board. Don't get too greedy. He forced it there. You saw the end result.
Now a first carry from Giovanni Bernard. And an offensive line. If they keep clearing holes like that, it could be a long night defensively.
No doubt about it, because when they are in sackers, you're exactly right. It could be a very long night for the defense because someone's going to run for some big yardage.
On second and 11 now. Dalton. Brought in here by Tyler Eifert.
A lot of tight ends just use their size and their strength, try to occupy some space and kind of body people away and catch the football. But not this guy. He's a refined route runner. Makes me wonder if he took some dance classes in his back inside for a nice completion.
DBs love when they pump the brakes, don't they?
Yeah, that's really a whole lot of fun. It's almost like you said, listen, we're going to sell the gun, head of the sticks, whatever you want to call it. 7 yards on first down. That fits the bill.
Looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malcolm Jenkins.
The defensive play?
Yeah, and they had all that momentum after getting the football, and now zapped right back in the other direction. And the punt team on now as this one's sent away. That'll be defense ready to see what they can do here. That opening drive ended with the INT. It didn't lead to points, but still not the way they were hoping to begin the game.
But how about going and telling your defense, thank you, a huge thank you. You said didn't lead to points.
There, that's 40 yards on the catch and run. Not really any offense for them to speak of here in this first half. Maybe that's what they needed, that big play.
Yeah, it seems that maybe everything changes right there. It acts with different routes and be precise in your cuts.
This is fielded a couple yards deep. Start for them thus far. They had the turnover and then the punt on those first 2 drives.
So there is optimism because they've improved, right? Turnover, you just noted it.
Punt's better than the turnover.
The punt is better on the second one. Now they're hoping to turn it into first downs and hopefully points.
Send you to Orlando where Jonathan Coachman is standing by. He'll have highlights and analysis of this first half. Pressure from his right, and he goes.
His read and reaction by the defensive tackle, and frankly, partner, it's not that often the DTs have that type of easy.
This 4th and 12, and they're going to line up to go for it. Wentz going to go on 4th down. Well, this is caught by Jay. Play action. Now Wentz. 2 ticks left here in the half. On is the field goal unit. They'll put it down right at the 40, so call this a 50-yard attempt. And this one looks good. It is good. The lead now, they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done
Tyler Eifert. He's at the 40. Past the 20. First possession of the second half. And their halftime hole now even deeper, and they need a big drive here just to answer the...
Just got to get back to it, right? Put your shoulder against the boulder and start pushing and try and get back to where you were to start the half. Routine, hasn't it? That was a heck of a route there by the tight end. A great double move for a big-time catch downfield.
Here's a quick hitch route, and the throw complete. 20! Says, let's go for two here.
Let's put that team on.
Working from the gun, Wentz.
Fruition on that play, all those timing routes that they work on through training camp, OTAs, mini camp, and just regular season, they got it done on that one. An outcut, ball was delivered, and picked up the completion.
Wentz and the Eagles now with a 1st and 10 at about the 32. They'll begin the drive with Howard. And some room to work.
He's got to get to the bench and send Kumbaya with the offensive line, doesn't he? Big-time openings for him. Gets him all the way down to the 2-yard line. Let's see if they can pound it in.
Back to throw. Howard rolling to his right. And he is
covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that art of being really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Now a taunt
that there was an incompletion, they would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion, but I really enjoyed
looking for Green, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Nigel Bradham. Goal, 6 points here would go a long way toward wrapping this one up. On 1st and goal.
I'm going to need some help with this one. How did he miss him? Wide open in the end zone. He's not hurried.
And he'll score. Eagles take advantage of good field position on the turnover to cash this one in. Oh, they get to the football. It's blocked.
Careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack him here. Now this one complete on the slant route.
And he's listed as a tight end, but he certainly doesn't run like one, and that's what we're seeing more and more coming into the league. Those guys who can run, make plays after the catch, and gain that additional yardage.
And you don't break, but are they bending too much?
I think that they are. To me, it'd be like playing basketball.
Football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Yards the pick up there. Move the chains. To throw here, Dalton. That time a 6-play drive. And it's finished off with a Cincinnati touchdown. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. But now they're going to have to try to run a few plays.
You're exactly right. They've got to get a 1st down and make them use up all their timeouts in order to feel like they...
Penalty, a fresh set of downs. It's 1st and 10. Wentz to throw. He's got the 1st down prior to this upcoming 2nd down play. Wentz to throw. He finds Aguilar over the middle. And they're disappointed to have to burn one there after giving up the 1st down. And not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. And he'll first. 1st and 10.
Let's go deep, tighten up. Let's go deep, tighten up.
They'll begin here with Brown, but that clock rolling. And he's certainly been a huge factor in this when he's got the 2 touchdowns to his credit. Now,
sometimes they get locked into such a groove and such a connection, it doesn't matter how many guys are in his area.
He certainly looks to be in that groove right now. To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Dalton. And this time he's got the hook up. It's complete. The last play on the completion got them half of what they needed. Now here's a tough 3rd and 5. It's do or die for Dalton. He's going to let it fly. And this is taken in at the 5. And he'll take this into the end zone for a Bengal TD. John Ross, 44 yards. And the Bengals have got it back to a 1-score game. Doesn't affect the outcome, but, hey, nice job there to put it in the end zone for the final play.
Could it affect other things? Sometimes these types of scores are ones that we don't consider.